Before moving on to the video, subscribe to my channel and like video. Once upon a time, there was a small town called Redstone. Every year, the town would celebrate Christmas with great joy. A huge Christmas tree was erected in the town square, people gathered together, and gifts were exchanged in the spirit of the holiday. The townfolk would sing songs, share joy, and everyone believed that there was magic in the air during the Christmas season. However, beyond the town, deep in the forest, there was another story. A dark secret that no one remembered or spoke of. It was a secret that lurked behind the cheerful lights and joy of Christmas, waiting for the right moment to reawaken. The oldest resident of the town, Elif Granny, never took part in the holiday celebrations. While the others danced and sang in the square, she would retreat to her home, sit by her window, and stare into the distance, murmuring something no one could understand. Her vacant eyes unsettled the townsfolk, but no one dared ask her what was wrong. They just assumed she was an old woman, haunted by the pain and sorrow of her long life. But this year was different. Elif Granny decided it was time to reveal the truth that had haunted her for decades. She gathered the townsfolk in the square and began to tell a story, one that no one had ever heard before. There was a time, Elif Granny began, her voice trembling, when this town was very different from what you see now. It was a place of beauty, of peace. But beyond the town, in the depths of the forest, there was a village. And in that village, the people celebrated Christmas differently. Every year, a dark figure would visit them on Christmas night. No one ever saw it, but the people of the town always feared it. They could never understand why they felt such terror in the air when Christmas came. Elif Granny's eyes grew distant as she continued, her voice becoming quieter. One year, a family in that village received a gift for Christmas. But this gift came from a place they didn't recognize. It was something wrong. That gift was cursed. And the moment they accepted it, the doors to the village were shut forever. And every year after that, someone would go missing, lost to the darkness. The townsfolk sat in stunned silence, absorbing Elif Granny's words. Some of them still didn't believe, thinking it was just an old woman's superstition. But that night, everything changed. In the town square, the Christmas celebrations were underway. People gathered around the giant tree, singing and laughing. But as the night wore on, a sense of unease began to creep in. In the distance, coming from the woods, strange sounds could be heard. It was as if something was moving through the trees, watching them. Then, suddenly, a child went missing. Panic swept through the town. The child's name was Duru, the young daughter of the new family who had recently moved to Redstone, Karam, Esra, and their 10-year-old daughter. As soon as they realized Duru was gone, the entire town rushed into the forest, searching desperately for her. The forest was deep, and the night was dark. The trees seemed to close in around them, and every step seemed to echo with an unnatural silence. Elif Granny, her voice trembling with fear, whispered, "I warned you. Once darkness comes, it's impossible to escape. Those who try to face it are always consumed by it." The townsfolk ignored her warnings, pressing on into the forest, searching for the missing child. But with every step, the air grew heavier. It felt as though something was watching them, waiting. And then, something horrifying happened. In the depths of the forest, a strange light appeared. At first, it looked like the glow of a lantern, but it shimmered in an eerie, unnatural way. They followed the light, and it led them to an ancient cave. Inside, the atmosphere was cold and suffocating. Yet no one turned back. The sound of their footsteps echoed eerily in the cave as they ventured deeper. Suddenly, they found it, an old, gnarled Christmas tree. Its branches were adorned with red beads that glowed in the darkness. But these beads weren't normal. They seemed to pulse with a strange energy, as though they were alive. And as they moved closer, the townsfolk saw something they would never forget. A dark figure, tall and looming, appeared in the shadows. It was not fully visible, but its massive form towered over them. Slowly, it began to move toward them. The townsfolk froze in terror, for in that moment, they realized the figure was a twisted version of Santa Claus, its clothes stained with blood, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. And its laugh. It was the kind of laugh that made their very souls tremble with fear. You, all of you, have played with fire, the figure said, its voice cold and cruel. Now, you must pay the price. The creature moved forward, and the townsfolk found themselves slowly being drawn into its grasp, one by one. Their bodies were consumed by darkness, their screams echoing in the void. Duru, who had gone missing, reappeared, her eyes now empty, a twisted reflection of the girl she once was. Her soul had been taken by the creature, and now, she was part of its nightmare. In the end, there was no one left in the town. No one to tell the tale. Every year, however, the twisted Christmas tree would appear outside the town, its red beads glimmering in the dark. And though no one dared approach the tree, everyone knew that it marked the return of the darkness, the creature that awaited, ready to claim more souls. The town of Redstone was no more, consumed by the dark spirit of Christmas. Each year, when Christmas came, the forest outside would whisper its haunting reminder: the true face of Christmas was not joy, but the darkness that waited patiently in the shadows. Thanks for watching video. See you in the other videos. Bye.